Welcome to the GCN Tech Show. Unfortunately, this week, Ollie is sick, Alex is at Silverstone, but you do have me and the man, the myth, the legend that is Calvin Jones from Park Tool. He'll be joining us to decide on whether we put your bikes through to the bike vaults, and also we've got his take on some of this week's hot tech. But before then, we've got lots to talk about, including an update on the world's most aerodynamic bike and RTT helmets coming to road races. Okay, starting off with our first piece of discussion. So last week, Alex and Ollie talked about the fact that the world's fastest bike, claimed by Toot Bike, had come to light. They got into that discussion, and at the time, they didn't actually get the white paper of data sent through. So Ali and Alex said they would discuss this further if more data came to light, and it has now. So I'm going to delve into it now because I think it's the right thing to do, because it seems like claiming that the bike is the fastest bike in the world is a huge claim. But what is potentially bigger is the fact that it's such a big jump. They're claiming that their bike is 50% faster than the bike that won the Olympic gold medal, which is like massive. That's a huge jump. So the white paper itself is pretty poor. Outrageous claims in there, like 185 watts faster than the tarmac SL8. And this is data that is comparing the two bikes in different scenarios, in different wind tunnel tests. So that SL8, that was tested independently by Cycling News, and the Toot bike that's different day, different test, different wind tunnel, different setup, different rider, different everything. It's totally different, which is really hard to do. You can't really do it, because it's just going to throw the data out. It needs to be on the exact same day, really nail down all the parameters, get them as similar as possible, and even then you can pick holes in it. And it's the same with the comparison they made against the Conor. So this is Conor's own testing data where they've tested the bike. And again, different days. So you just can't, it's not like you can just do a wind tunnel test, come in and be like, that's the world's fastest bike, it's done an amazing test, way better than all these. We did our test and that's the fastest. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said, really. That's it. I think I think we've had to cover on this again, because to say such a bold claim about something being 50% faster and such a drastic improvement, when a brand puts a new bike out there, it's a tiny percentage, and that's spent years of work and time and R&D to get that jump. So, that's what it's said. It's a cool bike. It looks cool. I think it's looks interesting. One bars, hidden valves, narrow bars. When you look at it, it's funky. It's cool. But yeah, can't take the claims too seriously. Right then, moving on to TT helmets in road races. What do we think of this? Because they have been spotted. So, Nicholas Behrens was seen using one in the Tour of Oman for this Melissa bike, and Cycling Spy on Instagram also spotted Wout van Aert out training with one too, whilst in road kit. Now, hang on a second, because I know what you're going to ask. TT helmets in road races, aren't they banned? Well, yes, they are. The UCI does have jurisdiction here, but there is a UCI loophole, which is an interesting one you may not have heard of, because you can use a TT helmet in a road race as long as it doesn't have a visor, and also that it doesn't cover your ears, and that it fits in the dimensions, which are 450 by 300 by 210 millimeters. So if it passes those tests, then off you go, you can use a TT helmet. What do you think of this? Do you think that there needs to be a kind of an aesthetic rule, like you have in mountain bike or in skiing, perhaps, where I guess there is an aesthetic to skiing that needs to be protected, as in other sports? Do you think that this needs to apply here? I don't know what I think. I think that there's enough aero lids out there that are kind of road race specific, which look pretty similar, if I'm honest. And when you take the visor off and it's off your ears, I don't know if there's that much of a difference. There are disadvantages to using a TT helmet in a road race. I think for me, the number one is you get very hot. And it's not just the heat, which put me off using an aero lid sometimes in hot races. It's the amount of sweat that literally just pours down your face into your eyes to the point where it actually gets really hard to see. So I'd have to use like a zinc stick to put sun cream, because your sun cream would just absolutely just go everywhere. It's quite hard. So Behrens actually got round this by swapping his helmet, I've heard, about 50 kilometres into the stage, and he went from a vented lid to the TT lid towards the end of the stage where it matters most, towards the sprint finish. I kind of remember being absolutely like chastised for taking my helmet off in a race. I remember you had to like stop static and do the swap. I'm not sure if that's changed or not. Potentially did that and just got on the back of the car and got back in. But still, it shows you the disadvantage. Plus, it's heavier, so it's around, I think it's around 200 grams, you're talking, heavier than a vented lid, similar to the ones that we wear here at GCN and Met Trenta. But I think the question has tech potentially gone too far here? Is this something that needs to be kind of ruled out in road races in the future, similar to like narrow, super narrow bars, long socks? Let me know in the comments section down below. As I said, I'm on the fence. I think it looks similar to an aero lid already, but let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Right, time for Hot Tech now, and today we're really lucky to be joined by Calvin from Park Tool. Thanks for joining us, Calvin.
It's great to be here in Bath. We say we're bringing the blue
I like
to
it.
Bath.
So here in the UK for a little while, we thought
That's
it'd be a
right.
great opportunity to get you on the show.
That's always good to be
Get
here.
your thoughts on Hot Tech as well.
Yeah.
Starting off with this new TT bike from Bianchi. Okay, Calvin, this is disc brake bike. So this was the last rim brake bike that was left in the Pro Peloton TT bike. It's now gone to disc brakes, and it's the result of a 20-month R&D project. So all the tubes have been redesigned, and it makes very good use of a very smart vision cockpit, actually. Results a claimed saving of 16 watts at 50k an hour over the outgoing rim brake model. But I think, that it looks good to me. What do you feel though about rim brakes? It's like the final death of rim brakes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember the first World's mountain bike championship when it was a V-brake beat the first disc brakes.
Yeah.
Right? They did come through. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure. What's the old saying that numbers don't lie, but liars figure? I'd like to see that data. I can see that in some ways. And of course, the true purpose of equipment selection, we all know, is to make the mechanics role easier. So not having to stock extra cables and not having to stock, isn't that the purpose of equipment selection, to make a mechanic's job? That's my view. But yeah, I would really want to know, because the dirty air you're spinning up with that rotor versus something tucked behind that fork, I'd really be surprised at that. But
I guess from my perspective, like I've never actually ridden a disc brake TT bike.
Right.
But the TT bikes I did ride, which were rim brakes, the brakes didn't really work that well.
Well, no.
So it would be nice to ride one which you could actually stop.
Well, right, it would be, stop or control, right?
Yeah,
Brakes are about control. A stick in your wheel will stop you. But what gives you control is the braking. And yeah, that's an old thing, the classic American time trial, out, back, boring. But boy, some of those nice tour and big World Cup stuff, there's a lot of turning and subtle control having the disc brake. I could see that. How do you put a figure on that? I don't know. But yeah, having that good subtle control of the bike, very important, and that's absolutely a disc brake.
Interesting. And we're going off on a tangent now, because we were chatting off camera and you said you heard a rumour recently that junior TTs might be
from some of the
work.
coaches at the Manchester the Cycling Centre for Great Britain, but this was not a Great Britain statesperson, but we heard that the junior world time trial would be going to be peeled away. They're going to be stopping that. And why would they do such a thing? They don't want to develop the kids for the pro teams, certainly would want to know that. But it was a concern of the price and just simply pricing it out of the market of kids. And if, what's the purpose of having a junior? It's to have a young person. And it's putting, to have a whole complete new bike all the time, not just borrowed. That's a layer of expense that the rider doesn't need. Of course, their sponsor. Do we know the number one sponsor of juniors in the world is?
I'm going to guess.
Is
Specialized.
Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mom and... Excuse me.
You got me there, Calvin.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But to have
That is very true.
we have to now pony up, as we say in America, for a layer of another 10,000 maintenance on that to be well. Then why not just ride a drop bar?
I'm with you on this. I'm actually really with you on this. Drop bar bike. That's it.
Yeah, this is existential a little bit. I could see arguments both ways. Is it a punishment? Are they really professional at that level? Well, is there a line in the sand here? Where do we cut this?
Well, I'm a very traditional opinion. I think it's the race of truth, and it needs to be on the bike you do your road race on, and it's how fast you can ride that bike on your own.
The famous Eddie Merckx rule for the hour.
Yeah.
You got to have that bike, right?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on, Calvin, because there is a new stand from Park Tool, which I spotted during the week. Can you tell us a bit more about that? It looks like it makes it a bit easier to lift heavier bikes.
It is, and
should be able to see a picture of it on your screen.
are we going to be able? When is this released?
Tomorrow.
Can't
do it.
Can't do it. Sorry.
We've got the green light. Basically, Park Tool have got a new stand. Now this is designed for heavier bikes, makes it easier, winching them up, saving your back. I've got a bad back, Calvin. This looks like a good one for me. But we were a bit unsure because it's literally going out pretty much now. But we can talk about it, can't we?
Right. Well, bad back, little doctor advice. People bad back, you often need more core strength, Conor.
I know.
But that's not what the new PRS 30 gives you. It's not a winch, but it is a gear. It's a big, big warm gear.
Yeah.
All hidden. And it lifts, we do 54 kilograms.
Wow.
Yeah, and our American friends will let you figure that out, right? 2.2. You can do the math. I'll let you do that.
54.
Don't help them. We need help with our metric system. So you grab the bike. It comes with a pair of longer legs to help pivot. Now a lot of our stands will hold that weight. Yes, just simply holding it up, but you've got to get it there. You got to, right? The lift with the legs, they say.
Yeah, lift like a toddler, lift like a baby, that's what they say.
But this one, you get the bike up to it, grab it, and there's a hand crank, and it's a low gear, like going up a hill, right? You have to have a low gear. Boy, this is awfully slow. Well, spin faster. You want to spin faster, get yourself an e-bike. You put on a hand drill. You can put a drill socket and spin that baby. So you bring your own motor, right? Spin that baby on up. It'll raise it up quick, lower it down. It's affordable and quite fun.
Nice. So 54 kilos rated, so solid bit of weight there.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Thanks for sharing it with us, Calvin. I know we're a bit unsure if we just jumped the gun.
Oh, no. I had to get permission. Headquarters, they'll be good to go? Good to go.
Good to go. Nice one. Anyway, Cam, while we got you on, I thought we'd do a bit of a quick fire round of questions. Because you're an absolute treasure trove of knowledge. It's an absolute honour to be talking to you today. So starting us off, what's your favourite job as a mechanic?
Every time I come to Bath, it feels like the questions, we should be in a pub talking about this on some NA beer, but we got to support the industry. I hear the drink industry is hurting because people are switching.
Non-alcoholic.
Yep, go NA, go NA, I like it. Boy, that's a good one. That's a good one. Some of my favorite ones are fixing silly things for somebody really appreciative. That's often the technical stuff. The suspension, of course, is a lot of fun, right? Getting those tuned and working right. Boy, so what's the least favorite? I don't know. There's so many.
In terms of what's your least favorite, not like what you don't enjoy doing, but what you don't enjoy doing for someone else, when you feel the pressure. When it's like a tough job.
Well, there's good pressure, bad pressure. There's if you know you can get it, it's all good. all jobs are good, right? And if they're patient, it's a bad job when you really don't have the part, and it absolutely has to have it, and you feel bad, even if like it's a cable. Should I have remembered to have brought a cable? Well, sometimes true. If that was your job, if you're a neutral mechanic or you're a team mechanic or you're in a shop and you're out of it, but it's something that's weird and unexpected, I still take that on, which isn't that mentally healthy. It wasn't my fault, but it's still sad to see the writers cry. I don't like to see crying, and I know inside they're feeling bad, but no, my favorite job, I just thought of it. The next one. Whatever's coming down, bring it on. And, something we can learn from, I hope.
I don't know what my favorite job is. I quite like waxing chains.
Really?
Yeah, I've got into
That's the whole,
process.
Yeah, I know, the dipping. And did you go shop for your garage sale for your own crock pot? Or?
No, I got a lovely crock pot from Silka.
Yeah. Well, have you tried the slow cook beef brisket in it? Does it do?
I haven't tried that.
Do both? No, the waxing is anything very tedious, like people like lacing wheels because it's tedious and slow, and waxing chains and then how do you what's the term for it? You clean it of the extra wax. You have to work it. How do you massage? How do you massage?
I'm still learning the old massage process. I would go in for the gruff approach and just.
Yeah. Well, shops do this at first. You do have to be careful because they would put it on the bike and then spin it, and then all this nice white flake would fly off. And then the ground below them was slippery, and they come to their, waxing their floor. The pro teams I've seen, like Visma, Leasebank will have a chainring station with a little motor. They'll just throw the chains up there for 5 minutes and let the thing run over gears. And then rotate it again, and then another one and another one. So
that's the cool setup. I don't think I could get away with that in my shed.
Well, now that you know about it, you're going to have to do it.
Right. What is the strangest tool you've ever come across?
Oh,
what's the strangest tool?
These are tough. I wish they would give us these questions ahead of time.
It's a surprise Q&A, Calvin.
Yeah, I know. The strangest, probably some of the homemade stuff. At World, seeing different mechanics come up with different badges and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of the strange ones are do one job really nice, and you've been carrying this one tool around, and just hoping that today's the day. Yeah. Finally, got to reach around the corner and get this one thing, and then pull it out. Strangest tool.
Well, while you think of it, any tools along those lines that are strange, but didn't actually kind of see the light today? Were there any
a tree.
They were kept on the drawing board. Anything like that?
More like a tree that has a nice, with the tree crotch that you can put your wheel in and bend.
Yeah.
It became a tool.
Yeah.
Right? So those are probably some of the strangest uses. I don't have to punt. Let me punt on that one.
Punt on that one, okay. Right, what's your number one tip for a home mechanic? Top tip for a home mechanic?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun. If you're a home mechanic, just have fun doing it. It can be frustrating. That's part of the process. It may not. A professional mechanic, I could say, have fun. You mechanics should have fun, but it's a job. The difference there is you're working on a lot of people's bikes, so you get a lot more experience and a lot more knowledge base quickly built. And the flip side of that coin, it's more responsibility. All right. So, and part of the learning and the part of the work is failure. So, what did I say? To have fun, and sometimes failure is part of it. So, just be aware of that. Part of the fun is sometimes things don't go well. When you get into something, let's take this shock for it all apart, and we're going to polish and report stuff, and I can't get it back together. Well, should you have gone down that road to begin with? So be ready. Okay, lubing your chain. You're probably not going to mess it up. Maybe your pants are going to get dirty, but it's probably not going to fail. But the deeper and deeper you go, when you start taking the crank arm off, was it on correctly? The bearings are in. Are they in right? Yes, it can be done, but just be aware of those things as you go along and have fun on the journey.
Okay, that's a good tip. That is a very good tip. I've gone wrong a lot of times, Calvin.
Was it fun?
I think so.
Did they go wrong once, or have you done the same thing again and again?
Probably the same thing again and again.
The definition of insanity.
My problem is I've got such big hands, Calvin. I just seem to mess it up. Maybe it's just ingrained in my head. My mum always said,
well, that's why you're not a watchmaker.
Yeah, I'd be terrible watchmaker. Yeah. Absolutely terrible. It's too far away for one. Right, Calvin, we are moving on to Bike Vault.
Okay, good.
Are you ready for this? We'll find the bell. I can never know. Everyone's always hiding the bell. Here we go. Right, you can be in charge of that, Calvin. So,
what's the game?
Well, GCN audience submits their photo of their bike, upload.
Yeah.
You can find a link in the description below, and then we get to decide whether we put it into the Bike Vault for all of eternity.
The Bike Vault.
Yeah, all of eternity.
I love the Bike Vault.
Oh, that's right. So we're going to get into it. So we've got a few to show you today.
Okay.
I must say I'm quite lax with. I tend to put a lot of bikes into the vault.
Yeah, we're pushovers.
So,
we're pushovers.
And seeing as I'm taking over the show today, I think that might happen.
Yeah.
But let's kick it off. So this has been sent in by Zylong. Right, this is a stealthy wheel, flashy frame. Recently bought a new set of decals for my Envy wheels, and the decal colour itself almost blend in with the wheel itself. Looks interesting to me. Want to share this photo with everyone. Hope I can be selected into the mighty Bike Vault and hear the bell ring. There we go. So.
Yeah. That our sales manager for the English account rides that. So okay, they're gonna get in number one.
Very good, nice factor, Austria.
But just saying decals only. If it was just, I'm not a big decal, right? That's surface level. We want deep.
Okay.
We want deep love, not just surface love. So, but it gets in.
I like that. Cranks are aligned, valves down at the bottom. I like this is like full black. Everything. Everything on it.
Big.
Really.
You got the big meat going on. We're in the proper gear.
Yeah.
Big problem. Okay, bike pedals are cranks flat. That's good. Power position. Ultimate power. You should be backed up a little bit, right? Yeah. That's a tough call. It's aesthetic call.
Don't take those rules up with me.
No. Yeah.
I'm not the almighty when it comes to the Bike Vault. Yeah. I'm just the enforcer.
The police. Tell it to the judge.
Okay, so this has been sent in by Gaff. This is a titanium frame, MV finishing kit, Shimano GRX DR2 running gear, Hunt wheels, amazing value and customer service, British engineering delivered to Australia, perfectly packaged. The ride is fantastic and I love the look.
Look at this, everyone. Look where the environment makes the bike. We're in now. Okay, tell me this, friend. Tell me this. You just got off the bike in that gear on that road.
Yeah.
But beautiful.
There we go.
They get in.
This is a J Laverack grit customized. I tell you what, that looks like titanium bottles as well to me.
He's down below. Titanium bottles. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's Camelback titanium bottles.
Do you get vitamin T out of those things? I don't know what that would.
Well, they're lighter, aren't they?
Titanium, the heaviest of the light metals.
Yeah. Insulated. Hot conditions in Australia. Nice.
Beautiful. You got to give it to them.
Nice, cool. Yeah, and beautiful. It matches the bike beautifully. Thank you so much for sending that in. Second one into the Bike Vault. Right, are we on for a hat trick? This has been sent in by Cohen. This is a giant TCX SLR1 from 2020. This is nice.
This is a tall person here. We got the tall person. What do you think, tall person?
I like it. I like a tall bike, but I am biased. I presume, I'm making very generalizations here, but Cohen may be Dutch.
Yes, the tall people, the Dutch. Yeah, ooh, okay. Just to show that we're critical jerks here. You're going to get in. Hold on. What's this dangly strap back here? Come on. Okay, number 2, saddle's way up there. I love that. That's great. Cranks flat. We're all good to go there. Stem slammed, but we got this. You're going to get older. I think he's waiting. This is a bike for his life. As he gets ages, that's going to come up. That's going to come up. So you know what?
Come straight
Get him in there,
Nice.
you bet.
Beautiful red colour on that, actually. Really nice red.
No,
I like
it's
the red.
it's a good one.
So this is Cohen's cyclocross gravel bike, recently upgraded as well with a new group set and new wheels from Elite Wheels. Nice.
Good one.
And it is into the bike vault. There you go, Cohen.
No.
Right, the Maguires sent this one in. Cheap bike retro steel. Bought this frame for 100
Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah, you betcha.
There we go. Changed out the wheels, Mavic Crosserium and brakes, tech trode to update the ride. That included a 9-speed,
This is gonna be a good one.
decent range cassette, but did require a little frame stretching. All in about $300 Canadian for this 1977 Nishiki International steel bike. It rides great, not for long hill climbs. I'm giving Calvin like a very slow.
Yeah, but let me see this.
I read out the description. Down tube isn't optimal, but you're used to riding the gear for a long time. Keep up the value. Bike purchases. Look at that.
Well, what a funny mix. What a weird.
It's a bit of a weird mix with the wheels.
You know, they people know the big gear. You know, and look at that. Look at the front shift lever. You can tell sticking up there. You bet.
Yeah.
That's you can see it right. So we're good to go there. Boy, is that ugly. So much I love it. No, it's got to come. But friend or friend A. Housing behind the bar. That housing behind should go behind.
What's your reason
That's
for
kinking.
that?
It's going to kink. I guarantee you. It's leaving the brake lever kink right there, just from the weight of it. You need support. But you know what? Bring it on.
Calvin and Conor's rules. Like it though. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, this has been sent in from Drew. In Canada again. Wintry day just north of London, Ontario, Canada. Plunged my bike into the snowbank along the side of the road and it held really well. I tried to align the tube stems before the plunge, but this is what we got. Sorry, it was quite a cold day. Saw a group set, Wahoo Brain, TRP Mech, disc brakes, 45 North cover, 2.1 inch studded tyres on the Hunt 650Bs. There we go.
Yeah, hard to do. The alignment, stuffed it down there.
Nice,
there
chunky
nicely. Little tangent story, real quick tangent story. So Minnesota, where we're parked, we're right next to Canada. Winter comes, the snow plows come, and the snow banks will be like the one in front of Park Tool, 1 meter, 1.5 meter, eventually 2 meters. Springtime comes, not uncommon at the bottom of those, you'll see a bike. Yeah, we got one of our bikes underneath, and we could see it. Oh, here's a handlebar. All right, 2 weeks later, there's the shift lever. Keep going, and then it's April, end of April. Oh, it's a whole bike.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you might find Hank in there as well.
Boy, oh boy, it fits. If you didn't have all that snow, that with the mud flap in the back, down, but the snow allows that, right?
Yeah.
So the plate, you set the pallet there. You got the plate. You stacked everything nicely on it. You served a nice meal.
There you go. Then let's put it through. There we go. Straight in there. I think this might be our last one, Calvin. Yeah, last bike of the bike foot. So let's see if we can make a full flourish. Has been sent in by Jason Barksdale. My everything bike. So it's a 2018.
I liked it already. Haven't seen it. I like the everything.
I like an everything bike. I like a practical everything bike. So 2018 Specialized Quarks, favourite colour, taken mid-mixed service ride, so I didn't align valves or go to biggie smalls. I ran a one bike anyway. My road bike and gravel bike with either a 700 by 42 or a 700 by 38 setup. Shimano GRX Di2 one by Boyd gravel wheels with Specialized Pathfinder tyres, bought after I had a stroke and I had to learn how to walk again. Hope you enjoy. Wow.
Okay. We haven't even seen it, and I'm ready to ring the bell.
I know. There we go.
Bikes are for people. Oh boy.
That's nice.
You know what?
I'm going to forgive the blurry photo.
I was going to say.
I mean, we are being very lax here. We're being very lax here, Jason. But that's a blurry photo. But I think we should put it through.
Oh, it's going to come through.
I like the colours.
And the environment, you're out there using that bike. Bring it on.
It's through. We've put them all in.
Yeah.
It's Conor and Calvin's rules.
5 for 5, is that?
5 for 5.
Oh,
it doesn't happen often.
Okay.
Doesn't happen often.
Only try that.
Yeah, there you go. But thank you so much, Calvin, for joining us on the Tech Show this week. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Great to be here.
So thank you very much. And safe onwards travel back to the US.
All right.
Right, time for comments of the week now, where we pick out some of our favourite comments under last week's videos and get into them. So this one was sent in, without much further ado, by N. Roy Moll. According to one of their recent videos, World Bicycle Relief have put 2 chains onto their Buffalo. It would be great if GCN covered this and explained the reasons why. And I agree, I think that'd be really cool to get into. I'd love to have a look on that bike. It is just absolutely fantastic and it serves an absolutely brilliant purpose too. Next up from Mr. Tand Trollette, just noticed the Park Tools pizza slicer in the background, of course. Use it to cut our family pizzas every Friday. Right, under Best Bike for 500. This was sent in by ZBRHT. This video is so flipping useful. Thank you, guys. Thank you for commenting and thanks for watching. I'm glad it was useful for you. This was sent in by Ned Tilbrook 874. Even when I'm not in the market for another bike, like now, I love nothing more than looking through Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist ads for bikes and bike stuff, and laughing at how overpriced some are, as well as what good deals others are. Enjoyed watching Alex and Ollie show how much fun the sub-hobby within cycling of just looking at used bike ads truly is. And I must admit, I'm of the same contingent here. I love a little scout around. It's quite dangerous though, because even if you're just like scouting a window shopping, you see one and you're like, oh, that's when things get dangerous and you start filling up with bikes. But yeah, I do like it. Right, this is under Lloydie at the UAE tour, going around looking for some hot tech. Ghostbuster said, love this, just normal Lloyd doing some great content and forgetting to do things. I love the vibe, more of this please. Frugal Code said, someone's aging like a fine wine. You said it, not me. There we go. Thanks for sending those comments in. Don't forget to keep sending them in and we'll try our best to get them featured on a show.